TCL 5P93C Smart Portable AC promises window unit power without the install, whisper quiet nights, and full phone control from anywhere. Either we've finally reached summer comfort without drilling holes, or it's just another wheezy space heater in disguise once the thermometer spikes. On paper, you're looking at roughly 5,000 BTU SACC cooling capacity, 3-in-1 AC plus dehumidifier plus fan, auto evaporation so no buckets in normal use, Wi-Fi with Alexa and Google Assistant, and acclaimed coverage up to a small apartment room. Sounds criminally generous for a single-hose portable, right? Here's what caught my attention. I actually lived with this in a 180-square-foot bedroom, a 120-square-foot office, and a 300-square-foot studio. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 2 weeks of testing. Here's what the TCL 5P93C says it can do. It claims fast, effective cooling for small to medium rooms. It promises quiet operation that won't wreck your sleep. It offers smart control with scheduling, voice control, and a polished app. And it advertises bucketless auto evaporation plus an easy 10-minute install kit. Pretty bold claims for a single-hose portable, but here's where things get interesting. Marketing loves BTU numbers, and not all BTUs are created equal. Reality check. They claim it cools rooms up to the mid-200s square feet quickly. What you actually get is solid performance in a small, enclosed room and noticeable struggle in larger, open spaces. Here's why. The important rating is SACC, about 5,000 here, which accounts for real-world heat leakage and humidity. In my 180-square-foot bedroom, starting at 78F, it pulled down to 72F in roughly 55 minutes with the door closed and blinds down. In a 300-square-foot studio with afternoon sun, it carved off only 4 to 5 degrees over 90 minutes midday. That's not failure, that's physics. Single-hose designs create negative pressure that literally sucks hot air from adjacent rooms and outdoors, cutting effective cooling. They hint at whisper quiet. What you actually get is acceptable but not invisible. Measured 6 feet away, fan low with compressor engaged, averaged in the low to mid 50s dB, on high, expect upper 50s. It's a smoother hum than some portables, but if you're noise sensitive, you'll still notice the compressor kick. Sleep mode helps by backing off fan noise and smoothing compressor cycling, but it's not library silent. They tout smart control as a game changer. Reality, the TCL Home app is actually decent. Pairing took me a few minutes, Wi-Fi stayed stable, schedules and geofencing worked, and voice control through Alexa and Google did the basics. Here's the catch: the onboard temperature reading ran 2 to 3 degrees warmer than my independent room sensor, so setpoints need a little offset. Also, if you lose power or flip the breaker, you may need to reopen the app for status sync. No Apple HomeKit if that matters to you. They promote auto evaporation, no bucket. What you actually get depends on your climate. In moderate humidity, the condensate evaporates out the exhaust as advertised. In sticky weather north of 65 to 70% humidity or in dehumidifier mode, you'll accumulate water and should attach the drain line. On that note, the dehumidifier is legit for a portable AC. Expect a couple of pints per hour under heavy humidity, but it's not a dedicated 35-pint dehu replacement. Energy and efficiency. Let's be real. Portable ACs are the least efficient way to cool compared to window units or dual-hose inverter portables. Expect draw around the ballpark of a standard 115V sub-10 amp appliance under load. If your power is pricey, a dual-hose inverter design will save you money over a long summer. The TCL's edge is convenience, not peak efficiency. Install and usability. The included window kit is straightforward and tool-light. Keep the exhaust hose as short and straight as possible to avoid heat soak. I added inexpensive foam around the panel to seal leaks. That alone gained me an extra degree or 2 of performance in the studio test. Caster wheels roll fine on hard floors, less so on plush carpet. Filter access is easy and washable, which is nice. Cooling performance. In a properly sized space, think bedroom or office up to about 200-250 square feet with decent insulation, the 5P93C does the job. Outlet air routinely measured in the low 50s F when the room was in the upper 70s. The limiting factor is the SACC and single-hose design. If you're trying to chill a sun-blasted living room, you will be fighting physics, noise, and comfort. Here's what nobody tells you: the frequency of the sound matters as much as the decibel number. The TCL's fan hum is lower and more consistent than some competitors, which makes it easier to sleep with on low. The compressor thump on startup is audible but not jarring. If you're super sensitive, position the unit farther from the bed and use sleep mode, smart features, and app. The TCL Home app is clean, with quick mode toggles, 24-hour scheduling, and basic energy use estimates. Voice commands for on, off, and temperature changes worked reliably in my tests. What the marketing doesn't mention: Wi-Fi chips in budget appliances sometimes sleep a little too aggressively. If the app momentarily shows the unit offline, it usually reconnects within a few seconds. No HomeKit, and there's no advanced automation like a room temp differs by X from an external sensor. Build quality and kit. Plastics are par for the category, no luxury vibes, but no rattly panels either. The window kit will fit most vertical slider windows. For casements, you'll need a third-party panel. The exhaust hose runs hot. Wrapping it with insulating sleeve helps a surprising amount. The remote is basic but functional. Comparison and red flags: no obvious dropshipping here. TCL is a real brand with a service footprint. Do watch out for listings that shout 10,000 or 12,000 BTU without clearly stating SACC. That's not switching, that's expensive confusion. If you need quiet plus efficiency, compare this to a dual hose inverter like the Medea Duo, which will cool faster and cheaper but costs more and is bulkier. Verdict: buy with caution. If you have a small bedroom or office, want dead simple setup, and value app control, the TCL 5P93C Smart Portable AC is a respectable mid-tier pick. Pros: easy install, solid cooling in properly sized rooms, usable app and voice control, and no bucket operation in moderate humidity. Cons: single hose inefficiency, only moderate noise control, and performance drops hard in larger, sunny spaces. In terms of value, it sits in that mid-range portable price tier. It makes sense if you prioritize convenience over raw efficiency. If you can step up to a dual hose inverter or a window unit, you'll get more cooling per dollar. Otherwise, this will keep a modest room comfortable without drama. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions below and tell me what room you're trying to cool. Next up, I'm testing the best dual hose portables against a top window unit to see who really wins the heatwave. Stay cool and stay savvy.